Hi everyone, this is Ren from renhimself.com, and today's lesson's on arpeggios, the major and minor. Arpeggios are the notes of chords played in order from the root through to root again, for the purposes of this over 2 octaves. And with the notes of the arpeggio being exactly the same as the notes of the chord, you'll find them a perfect fit for lead playing. So if a backing track's covering an A major and a D minor, playing an A major arpeggio and then a D minor arpeggio, as long as you're keeping up with the backing track, you should find every note fits perfectly, sweet as a nut, no trouble at all. An arpeggio takes the chord tones from a scale and then plays them in order. So using A major as an example, we take the root, third, fifth, root, third, fifth, root. It's exactly the same for a minor arpeggio. So an A minor chord, and the arpeggio, root, flattened third, fifth, root, flattened third, fifth, back to root again. And we'll look at arpeggio patterns rooted on the 6th, the low E string, and the 5th A string. So a major arpeggio takes the chord tones from a scale and plays them in order. In the case of a major, that's the root, third and fifth. So an A major chord, a 2 octave A major scale, and from that we want the roots, thirds and fifths. So root, third, fifth, root, third, fifth, root again. Played in order, that's 5th fret, 4th fret, 7, 7, 6, 5, 5. I prefer to move the 3rd from the 4th fret of the A string to the 9th fret of the E string. Just find it flows better, particularly for lead playing if you ever use a 6-string arpeggio. Just saves you moving back on yourself into a different position. That pattern obviously is movable, so if you want a B major arpeggio, start the same pattern at the 7th fret. And the pattern for a major arpeggio rooted on the 5th string is pretty similar, so D major arpeggio. Now, aside from the stretch, you'll probably find that easier to play, I know I do. So starts on the 5th fret of the A string, a D, 5, 9, 7, 7, 7, 5, 10. And again, that pattern's movable, so for an E, start the same pattern on the 7th fret. 3rd fret for a C. Yeah, that stretch is getting pretty good now. But that's major arpeggios. And now minor arpeggios, same logic applies. So an A minor chord, A minor scale, and then again, just like the major arpeggio, we're using root, third, fifth, back to root again. So you can see the 3rd note has moved from there to a flattened 3rd for minor at the 8th fret of the E string. And again, tabs on the website, but over 2 octaves. 5, 8, 7, 7, 5, 5, 5. And as with all the others, that pattern's movable, so B minor, 7th fret, same pattern. 7, 10, 9, 9, 7, 7, 7. Fifth fret pattern again being very similar. D minor, 5th fret of the A string, 5, 8, 7, 7, 6, 5, 10. That pattern again completely movable, so an E minor, 7, 10, 9, 9, 8, 7, 12. And that's the major and minor arpeggios. So that was the major and minor arpeggios. With the notes of the arpeggios coming straight from the chords, you should find that they're a completely perfect fit over rhythm tracks of the corresponding chords. So an A major and a D minor, for instance, play an A major arpeggio, then a D minor arpeggio. They'll fit perfectly over the chords and sound completely sweet. No dissonance whatsoever, everything will just flow. So if you could keep up with the chord progression in exactly that vein, just playing the corresponding arpeggios as you went, you'd never put a foot wrong and arguably have perfect soloing. Thanks very much for joining me today. You'll find tab to accompany this lesson on renhimself.com, and if you've enjoyed the video, please like the video, subscribe to the channel and come and check me out on the social media channels. I'll see you again next time.